Hello, lovely people out there. Welcome back to the Ace of Spades University channel. Today, I want to give a reaction to Tyler Perry's newest film, Jazzman's Blues. And this video will have spoilers, so if you guys haven't seen it yet, go and watch it and then come back. I want to say that I understand why people are comparing it to The Notebook because toward the end of the movie, or at the very end of the movie, we have an older Leanne, and there's a lot of letters involved, and it's a romance between two people, and their families want them to be separated due to circumstances and class differences. However, with this movie, there is a level of trauma that I'm noticing that is a pattern in Tyler Perry films. And a lot of times it deals with Black cinema overall, right? Like, I'm choosing not to watch the Jeffrey Dahmer movie because I can't take that level of trauma against Black people into my spirit anymore. Like, I just can't do it. And with this, my mom had told me a few days ago that she really enjoyed the movie. So I'm like, okay. And it reminds me of a mix between Imitation of Life and The Notebook, right? So just to give you guys a quick plot summary. So it's a tale of forbidden love with a family drama that unravels 40 years of secrets and lies within a deep south. We have the two teens on the left here, Bayou and Leanne, and they fall in love, but they're separated due to their circumstances. Then years later, they meet up again, but they find that their circumstances have changed. Leanne is married to the sheriff's brother, and she's passing as white. In Bayou, he is helping his mother run a successful juke joint. And then he goes to Chicago, and that's a picture on the right here, where he becomes a successful singer at the Chicago Royale with his brother, Willie Earl, and we'll get into him in a little bit. When Leanne's mother catches them together, she lies to the sheriff. She says that Bayou has just whistled at Leanne, which, again, I think is a callback to Emmett Till. But to escape the mob coming to lynch him, Bayou is whisked off with his brother and his brother's manager, his name is Ira, and he's a Jew who escaped 1930s concentration camps in Germany. And they become a big hit. He becomes a big hit. And despite his success, he cannot forget Leanne. And he goes back to try to save her. Okay? So let's get into it. First of all, Joshua Boone is playing Bayou, and this man is gorgeous. Okay? He's a great singer, a great actor. I think he played the role really well. He was very passionate. He gave us a great performance. And just a gorgeous, brilliant actor. He is someone who, his character arc has changed. He really becomes more self-assured as his career takes off. Because growing up, his mother was the only one that was really in his corner. His father and his brother, they would demean him and belittle him and really just discourage him. And he said the only person who really encouraged him was his mom, because his brother and his father were just, they would say horrible things to him all throughout the movie until he grows up and becomes a successful singer. And, he would send money back to his mom. And since it's 1930s, they would open her mail at the general store. This was a small town in Tennessee. And they would steal her money because he would send her cash. So he really comes into his own, but he doesn't even talk to any other girls throughout the film, which is to his detriment in the end. We'll get into that in a little bit. Next, we have Leanne, who's played by Solia Pfeiffer. And, you know, with movies that deal with passing, like Imitation of Life, I guess it's just because I'm Black, and I guess they say Black folks can always tell, because to me, she doesn't look white at all. In the movie Passing with Tessa Thompson, she didn't look like the people who in her counterpart was supposed to be passing as white. And I don't know, I guess, they say love is blind and it makes people just see things and do things that they would normally do. But to me, she couldn't pass. But in this movie, Tyler Perry hired her. And she was a good actress, but her character, Leanne, was very selfish, and she really only looked out for herself. She almost got him killed the first time, and really got him harmed later in the movie. I'll just say that for those who haven't seen it yet. They end up, she ends up taking his virginity. They end up having a son together. The son comes out very fair skinned, but she really put her life on the line, and she really even harmed his mother, who helped, Hattie Mae, who helped deliver her child, her grandson, at their house, because she was probably scared that the baby was going to come out, darker skin, giving Meghan Markle tease, right? Could throw back to, how dark is the baby going to be? I mean, this is crazy. Like, in the year of our Lord, 2022, I really need for, especially Black filmmakers, I really want us to focus on stories that uplift, encourage, inspire us to do better, go better. Quinta Brunson, she was so firm in her boundaries about not putting school shootings in her creation of Abbott Elementary. And I really want to commend her for that, because there's just so much Black trauma. And I'm like, Tyler Perry, he is a brilliant creative mind, but hopefully he is, if he hasn't already, seeking therapy, because this film and others, to me, is like a cry for help. But going back to the film, I want to say that Amira Van is Hattie Mae on the right, his mom. Has an amazing voice, great talent. And she was willing to, help everybody. She had a juke joint. She delivered Leanne's baby. And, she got her son out quickly once Leanne's mother lied and said that he whistled at her. But she ended up, really struggling, because even though her son was in her money, the white folks at the general store was stealing it, and people stopped coming to the juke joint after, her son's life was in danger. It was really dangerous. And she was even paying off the cops. Of course, they were shaking her down because of her juke joint. It's just trauma on trauma on trauma on trauma, right? The real MVP is Sitsi on the right, who, she did an amazing job. Her name is Milana Jamae Jackson. And she truly was the standout character for me. She held her own with dignity, empathy. Leanne, who's the girl who was passing, she had a nickname that she hated called Bucket. And the reason why they called her Bucket, they said that her mom left her and abandoned her like an old empty chicken bucket when she was younger with her horrible grandfather. And anyway, after Leanne got married, and she really she got jealous because she thought that Sitsi and Bayou had something going on, which they didn't. They were just friends, but she was really getting into that whole passing role and was trying to, she was the woman of the house, and she was trying to belittle and talk down to Sitsi. And Sissy reminded her, she smacked her, Leanne smacked Sissy, and Sissy smacked her right back and said, "Okay, Miss Bucket." That was my girl, and she was passing notes. She was, helping people out. She was really strong in her character, and I loved her throughout the whole movie. Willie Earl on the left, unfortunately, was the antagonist, and he did his brother so dirty. He ended up costing him his life. He had a drug problem. He was jealous. And he reminded me of, there's a passage in the Bible that says, anger is cruel and wrath is outrageous, but who can stand before envy? Because when people are jealous of you, they will really try to take you out the game. That's exactly what he did. Overall, it was an interesting movie. But I'm really hopeful that Tyler and other movie makers can create new works of art, especially movies and media, because they're so powerful in conveying stories that don't end in our subjugation and death and lynchings, because it was heartbreaking. So I really want better for us. We're such a beautiful people. There's so much beauty in the world, and we're a global majority. And I really want to stand in our power, and I'm really looking forward to Wakanda Forever coming out. But that's it, you guys. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on this movie. If I love the community aspect of the juke joint, I love the songs, and the talent there was brilliant. But I am really trying to be more mindful and intentional about not having so many traumatic movies in my repertoire. So I love you guys. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.